Good day, everyone. I'm going to explain ship caught fire using a real-like example at Penang Port. Let's say the vessel is a container ship named MV Ocean Spirit, operated by Blue Wave Shipping SDN, BHD. This ship runs on a fixed route between Port Klang, Penang Port, Bangkok, Singapore, carrying containers of general cargo, machinery, and sometimes dangerous goods. Because it regularly calls at Penang Port, both the captain and the shipping agent are already familiar with the local emergency procedures. Before each voyage, they prepare a list of important contact numbers such as Penang Port SDN, BHD, PPSB, the Port Control Tower, Puskar under Jabatan Laut Malaysia, the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, MMEA, the Fire and Rescue Department BAMBA, the Department of Environment, DOE, and the Penang Port Commission, PPC. They also prepare all the ship's details, including the vessel name and IMO number, the owner, the number of crew, cargo list, and any dangerous goods declaration. Having all this ready is important so that if an emergency happens, they can respond quickly and contact the right authorities. Now imagine this. While MV Ocean Spirit is discharging containers at North Butterworth Container Terminal NBCT, a fire suddenly breaks out in one of the containers. The captain immediately sounds the fire alarm and the crew rush to their emergency stations. They start using CO2 extinguishers and the ship's fire main system to control the flames. At the same time, the captain contacts the shipping agent in Penang. The agent immediately reports the fire to PPSB, the Port Control Tower, and BAMBA. Firefighting tugboats such as MV Fire Eagle are sent to the ship to cool down the area and prevent the fire from spreading. If the smoke is heavy or there's a risk of explosion, the port firefighting team and BAMBA from shore will join the operation together. If the fire becomes serious or there is oil leakage or smoke pollution, the agent must also inform the Department of Environment, DOE. DOE will help monitor the air quality and take action to prevent marine or air pollution. At the same time, Jabatan Laut Malaysia, MMD, MMEA, and PPC are also informed so they can coordinate and make sure other ships are kept away from the area if the fire happens outside port limits. For example, when MV Ocean Spirit is about 10 nautical miles from Penang on her way to Port Klang, then the captain must immediately contact Puskar, which is the Pusat Kawalan Jabatan Laut Malaysia. Puskar will coordinate with MMEA, BAMBA, and DOE to send rescue vessels and handle the situation. Once the fire is under control, the next step is the after-incident stage. The captain must prepare a full report, explaining the time, location, cause, and the actions taken. Under Section 306J of the Merchant Shipping Ordinance, if the ship is in port, the master must report the incident to the port officer within 24 hours. If it happened outside port limits, it must be reported to the Director of Marine as soon as possible. Reports can be made by telex, radio, or in writing, but if made by radio, it must be followed up with a written report. If the captain fails to report, he may be fined up to 10,000 ringgit. Under MSN 27/2010, Salas, the captain must also submit Form KEM-1 to Jabatan Laut Malaysia. Failure to maintain this log constitutes an offense punishable by a fine of up to 25,000 ringgit, while any person who deliberately destroys, mutilates, or falsifies an entry faces penalties up to 50,000 ringgit or 3 years imprisonment. This provision ensures that all maritime incidents, including fires, are accurately documented for subsequent investigation, transparency, and compliance with international standards. After receiving the report, the Director of Marine may open an investigation under Section 306JA. Officers can inspect the ship, interview the crew, and review all logbooks. They will also check if the vessel followed SALAS fire safety rules and whether proper equipment and training were provided. Finally, the captain must also make a police report to support the maritime investigation. The ship owner, Blue Wave Shipping, may be instructed to upgrade safety systems or provide refresher firefighting training for the crew. In conclusion, this Penang Port fire case of the MV Ocean Spirit shows how important preparation, fast communication, and cooperation with all authorities, including PPSB, Puskar, MMEA, BAMBA, DOE, PPC, and Jabatan Laut Malaysia, are in handling ship fires. By following the Merchant Shipping Ordinance and SALAS Convention, we can protect human lives, cargo, and the marine environment effectively. Furthermore, the ship company must also learn from this fire incident to avoid the same situation in the future. The crew should undergo more frequent fire drills to make sure everyone clearly understands their emergency duties and evacuation routes. All firefighting equipment such as extinguishers, fire pumps, and alarm systems must be properly maintained and tested regularly to ensure they function perfectly during a real emergency. On the port side, Penang Port and all maritime agencies will also review their coordination and response efficiency to further improve teamwork with PPSB, PUSCA, MMEA, BAMBA, DOE, and the Penang Port Commission. By continuously improving safety standards and cooperation, we can better protect the lives of seafarers, minimize damage to cargo and ships, and ensure safe and smooth maritime operations in Malaysian waters.
Thank you for watching this video, and see you soon.